of the Three Rivers is Acrisure Stadium. Your college football Saturday continues with a great showdown here on EA Sports. It's the North Carolina Tar Heels and the Pittsburgh Panthers. Along with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to Holly Rowe with the latest on the weather.
Hey guys, Pitt's head coach told me before the game, one thing he's got his eyes on, the weather. We weren't sure what to expect today, but this weather has turned out to be beautiful. He said that will have a great impact and be a benefit to his team here today. Guys, back to you.
All right, Holly. And he takes this from inside the 5. Tackled and brought down right at the 20-yard line. Good coverage there. So North Carolina's offense will get first crack at it today. Onto the field comes Billy Edwards. Everybody wants to make big plays, but he's got to take them when they're available and not force things. They'll try the right side. Into the pile, maybe got one. He stopped at the 21.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
These RPOs have really evolved. At one time, it was just a short pass, a little pop pass you would look for every now and then. This time they took a shot off of it.
And these RPOs have changed coverages for the defenses. I mean,
snags it, and there's running room. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38.
And when you run these drag routes, it's super important that your quarterback can really use his eyes. Don't lock in where everybody's going to start looking at you and seeing what's coming. Does a good job, drops back, sees it, and the most important part, puts the ball out in front so he can catch it, get upfield, and make some extra yards after.
He'll take the deep shot. Knocked away at the last minute, and that is precision defensive back play there.
That's a really great play by the defender, and we obviously know the defense gave up a ton of points there last time. Now, coaching staff told us, David, they wanted to be more aggressive this game. And here you go, the opening drive of the game. Great job by the defender that time, breaking on the ball, swatting it away, and trying to send a message to the offense.
Well, and sometimes the defenders, they're trying to make plays. They're trying to catch it. And a lot of times, because of that, they misjudge the football. I like knocking it down, making sure the receiver doesn't catch it. They were challenged all week about a negative performance a week ago. Good to see them come out early with some energy and making some plays.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
Hey, man, that's a frustrating end to that play. And I say that.
Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Maybe increase. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
Well, there are not a lot of head coaches that I think are willing on their opening drive to go for it on fourth down, especially in that kind of field position. But this head coach ain't scared, and he believes in his running back. He believes in his offensive line to go pick it up, and that's exactly what they did.
That's caught. It's shipped. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a first down. And the Tar Heels, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second.
Caught! Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it first and goal.
And to say he has trust in his running back catching the football is an understatement. I mean, there was two guys on him. Like, he was absolutely covered, but he still makes the play. And he does that a lot.
He gets it in. Touchdown, North Carolina.
And that's a great job finishing the drive. But, man, I got to go back. I love the fourth down call. Being aggressive. First drive of the football game for this offense. They set a tone. They cap it off. They create momentum to start.
And right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So Pittsburgh's offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Mason Heinzel, he's coming off a tough day in which he threw a couple of interceptions and only one touchdown pass. Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. A strike downfield. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. You might get away with grabbing just about anything except the face mask. Got to keep those hands below the face mask. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's right. Might have a chance. Around and forced out of bounds. Mark it right at the 16-yard line, and man, are they in business. They move to the 16. It's first and 10. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line. Snags it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Panthers. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge. And also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Hands it off on the counter. Turning it on. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. See what they dial up on first and 10. Back to pass, it's Edwards. Got his man. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
And I really like the decision-making of the quarterback right there. And you're probably going, well, I know the running back. He's the one who made the catch and got the big gain, got the first down. But I like the way he saw the matchup, understanding I got speed over the middle of the field. I got the matchup I want. He runs the angle route, delivers the football, and they get the big play.
The Tar Heels getting set on first and 10. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
High the chains now on second and long. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Thurman. Makes the grab and knocked down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making
a shot toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
That is such a great play by that defender. And how many times on deep balls do we see PI? Do we see pass interference? In situations just like that, that defender did an outstanding job.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll move the tight end. The run inside. It's Hall. There's some room. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll keep it on the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it costs the defense a first down. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. On the option. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
It's been punch, counter punch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
You have to understand at home, it's really hard for a head coach to kick a field goal at this juncture after such a long drive. So many first downs. You've gotten right down to the doorstep. Fourth down.
Tight end trying to get in. Touchdown, Tar Heel. And they take it in for 6 more points. Timely decisions, effective play management helps them get in the end zone after that marathon drive.
And every time the offense needed to play, boom, they got it. I mean, you think about it. Whether it was a small run, small pass, whatever they needed, they got it done, and they popped it in for the score.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Running inside. It's right. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Motion from the wide receiver. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. Finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
It's very early in the college football season, but this coaching staff has to be very pleased by.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
And you see the dagger concept so much in pro football, in college football, and they're trying to run a guy deep to take that safety with him, pull him out of the way, and then kind of throw it right underneath that vacated area where he's at. Unsuccessfully, but that's what they were trying to accomplish on that play.
It'll be third and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Wants to throw again. Right on the money. They bring him down at the 45-yard line, and this defense rises up on third down. Pitt will line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And that punt will sail out of bounds. Let's see where the official spot it. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. Back to throw, it's Edwards. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, a turnover in their own territory. Touchdown, Panthers! How about this defense taking one back to the house? Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
One of the things I love about this linebacker, guys, is the versatility. He's not just good against the run. He not only can rush the passer, he can cover as well. Great job reading the QB's eyes, plucks the football out of the air, and he's not going down. He's not running out of bounds. He's taking this thing all the way back to the house.
North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out and not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. And the running game has been disastrous on the last couple of plays. They'll try to salvage the drive on third down. Intercepted, a first-half turnover can swing momentum. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. Wide receiver comes in motion. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Smith. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Right back to the well. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. 3rd and 6 yards to go. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. He's open on the right. What a nice connection. Knocked down immediately, and they've got it at the 25. Pitt coming to the line after getting another first down. They'll run play action. He's got his man across the middle. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Panthers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Forget about those tight ends, right? They come up and they block most of the time, and a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, and then occasionally offenses do a great job, get creative, find a way to get a good matchup for the tight end, and he does the rest and gets in for 6.
They'll decline the penalty here, and the result of the play stands. On the run from inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Bunch formation for these receivers. Grabs it in the middle. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. At the end of that last play, there is a Tar Heel down on the field and shaken up. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They'll go to the counter. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
What a job to lay out and make the catch.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver. And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
So now it's 2nd and long. Got a man. It's Thurman. There he goes. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Makes him talk to the hand. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's 1st down.
Really put an offensive possession together here that's fun to watch. Like, it's fun to watch them own the line of scrimmage, be physical. In this area of the field, this is what they call the fringe, right outside the red zone. It's kind of your last opportunity to take shots, take advantage of the extended space on the field before you get cramped in the red zone. So I look for this offense to be aggressive.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. And that is interception number 3 on the day. Got room on the return. He's at the 40, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, Pitt. And they turn it into a defensive score. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. They'll move the wide receiver. Finds a soft spot in the middle.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Looking to the big tight end. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. We'll see if the offense can move the chains after that incompletion. Oh, they're after him. And they can't make the connection on 3rd down. And the Tar Heels will try to pin them back with the punt. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. They're field this one in tight quarters. The pursuit and coverage was there, and they swarmed him under for no gain. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Doesn't find any room whatsoever here late in the half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, notable storylines all across the sport today. So let's roll up our sleeves and get you updated here in Week 6. We start with a look at Ohio State taking on the Maryland Terrapins.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Holly, what did you find out coming out of halftime?
I caught up with the Panthers head coach. Their running back has not gotten off to the best start. Listen, this is a big-time transfer, and they brought him in for a moment like this, but he has not gotten off to the start that they would like. However, the team's still up, but they expect more. See if they give him another opportunity here to get this 2nd half started. Back to you.
We'll keep an eye on that, Holly. The Panthers have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Caught in the backfield. It's Kent. Could not make his way to the corner.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Looking downfield on 1st down. Looking for a deep man. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
Well, I like the idea by the offensive play caller here. You're trying to get aggressive. You're trying to find a chunk play, but that time, QB and receiver can't hook up.
Off play action. Finds the tight end. Really short gain on that one. Defense all over it.
With the big fella, the tight end, the wide receiver in a tight end's body going up and making the catch.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Makes the grab. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. This Pitt offense has been clicking on this drive. He wants to throw it again. Pass is incomplete, but there's a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
So the offense gets an automatic first down after the roughing the passer penalty. The run inside. It's Smith. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for space, it's right. He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well give it to him again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Softened him up with a run. Now to throw. Fires on the move. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. To the air on first down. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Panthers. And they take it in for 6 more points. No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in week 6. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, David.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
Looking to pass. It's Edwards. He spins that thing down the middle. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Defense.
Been said over and over, you have to protect players' head and neck area. This penalty so important at the college level. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. The Tar Heels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Might be changing the route. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Fires left. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down. And the Tar Heels have pushed it inside the 20. Wants to throw on first down. Lets it fly deep downfield. Throw into the end zone. It's picked off. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Offense would love to have that one back. Down here in this area of the field, everything has to happen faster. Decisions need to be made quicker. The ball's got to be out quicker. Routes got to be snapped off faster. They were just way too late. And as the result, the defense gets the INT.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Running inside, it's Smith. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defensive coaching staff at this point, based on how this game has gone, they're just trying to find things.
Makes the catch, and he's free. He stopped right at the 50-yard line, but they'll move the chains. It's first down. The Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space. It's right. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Motion from the wideout. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Got it in the middle. It's Lee. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And this offense doing a really nice job, man. They're understanding who they are. And Jesse, do you find guys, man, on the outside that you know where they're going to be, you know they're going to make plays, and you just continue to feed them?
Yeah, no question, especially in a situation like this, David. When the game's on the line, you got to go to your best players. And quarterbacks, they keep track of what's happening during the game. Who's winning? Who's getting separation on the outside? Who do I feel comfortable throwing to in tight coverage? This is the guy. That's now his second touchdown catch in the game, and I don't think
he uncorks one deep. And here's the 5th interception by this quarterback. Takes it the other way. The 40. He'll go out of bounds. It has been said that the obstacle is the way, and this obstacle is now back-to-back losses.
Back-to
coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they get it done.
Yeah, great start.
the Duke Blue Devils. Along with David Pollock and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. Let's go down to our sideline reporter, Holly Rowe.
It might be small, but it is mighty. The Duke fan base has really started coming alive, and just 40,000 fans can sound like 60, the way they are passionate and yelling for their Blue Devils. Duke is finding some success in football in the last decade, and Wallace Wade Stadium is starting to really rock and roll when opponents come to town. Guys, back to you.
Appreciate that, Holly. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Duke's offense will dial up the first ball plays in this one. Now, guys, let's not forget, the last time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a back and forth, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire. And you're right, those are the games that make college football special.
Line getting set on second down. Right back to it. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it.
Lost one deep down the right side. Makes the grab inside the 30. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fakes to grab. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. The Blue Devils will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Wants to pass. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Pressure's there, and he gets rid of it.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on third down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this.
And he's got room. A big third down stop by this defense, but they are still in field goal range. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. He'll boot it from the left side, and from this distance, that angle ought to be fairly easy. He splits the uprights, and that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
This is a team that really prides themselves on starting fast. We've seen that before, and here they are playing at home today. Nice job on the opening drive. Lots of poise, good emotion. They don't get the touchdown they would have liked, but they kick a nice field goal. They've got the lead. Head coach has to be happy with that.
So the North Carolina Tar Heels offense takes the field for the first time in this game. Let's take a look at our impact players. Trying to move them on the counter. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 after the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. They'll go right back to it. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, with passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
Well, he didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
Out of the gun, the inside give. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28. The Tar Heels are marching down the field. Looking for a man. It's Edwards. Spits it out to the back. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
And I love that the defense was ready for the speed out wide. This offense, you're going to see more and more of it as the game goes along. They love to use his speed to run across the formation. You can run away from defenders, run away from zone coverage, but they were all dialed in. They broke on it, and they made the nice tackle.
And the Tar Heels back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Third and long, and they can get the first down without scoring a touchdown. Makes the grab. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Deep to shallow. That's what I have to understand that as a defensive guy. I take away those passes beyond the sticks, and then I react to those quick throws they have to the running back. It's my athlete versus yours. The defense won that battle.
Trying to keep this drive alive. He's not quite going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs as the defense stops him a few yards short. First and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. From the shotgun, the inside give. And after the stop, that is going to put a bow on this first quarter. The moments, the big plays from rivalry games like this one etched in your memories, and here are some that I'm sure will bring back some warm and some heartbreaking memories. They go right back to it. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Makes the catch. Gets the job done on third down as he gets it out to the 25. And the Blue Devils racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He finds a soft spot in the middle. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Blue Devils can really attack on this second and short. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. What a job up front, and he'll lose a yard on that one. They come to the line 3 yards away from the first down marker. They've converted twice on this drive. He's looking to throw on third and short. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. Wants to throw it again. Complete.
You run the slant route day one, and this is something that the quarterback and the wide receiver has done 100 million times out there on the field in the offseason. I see man-to-man coverage. I know I can run the slant. Boom, stick my foot in the ground, throw it, completion to my wide receiver.
Quick completion to the right. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Blue Devils. Effective offense leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, way to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And so the Tar Heel offense makes its way onto the field to start the drive. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
And some defensive... have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His third interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Moore. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside.
Offense will take that. Free 5 yards every time. Bad discipline by the defense.
Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. Pulls and fires complete. And he won't quite get there. But boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. Motion from the wide receiver. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. And the Blue Devils have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Trying play action. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Duke. Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. No mid-season concentration laps here in Week 7 as they push out that lead. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hit in the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Nifty run there. Pickup of 6 out to the 25.
Hey, winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Facing a third down and short from the 26. To the air, it's Edwards. Throws to the back. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
And a lot of times when you see running backs catch the football, man, they've got a little bit.
Look at this, guys. Yeah. Appears to be going for it from their own side of the field. On fourth down, looking to pass. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint to try to put some points on the board.
And there was no space, nowhere to go. That play went absolutely nowhere.
Sometimes you just need a dude to show up and make a play, and he did.
Sometimes you just need to block that dude, and they didn't.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. So they won't get a touchdown, but a chance to put something on the board before halftime. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard try. Absolutely perfect. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. We played 2 quarters here and reached halftime, and we will now check in with Kevin Connors in the studio.
Gents, the cream is rising to the top here 7 weeks in. Let's take a look at today's action. Let's start with Texas, taking on the number 18 team, the Florida Gators.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. As we start the second half, what do you have for us, Holly?
Checking in with the Tar Heels head coach at the half. They have got to start dominating at the line of scrimmage. Here to start the third quarter, they have not been able to establish their run game. Being a one-dimensional team will not work on the road with this hostile crowd and this hostile environment. He said, we have got to start asserting ourselves up front and show that we can be the more physical team. I'll keep you posted on if they're able to do that here to start the third. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. The pull and throw off the RPO. Racing down the left side. Into the end. Touchdown, UNC! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
And the extra point splits the uprights.
North Carolina, 7.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Blue Devil offense will try to get things going on this drive. They come out for the first time in this second half. The lead a little smaller than when they went to the locker room, and they'll try to answer here. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Here comes the offense on second down. Right back to the well. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, when you go into the half and you're down, like, that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically.
And the rush will get to him at the 25.
You know, one of the things I hated as a quarterback was the blitzes from the inside linebackers because those guys end up in your hip pocket quickly. It's really hard to step into throws when you've got inside linebackers bringing the heat.
Makes a move. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The North Carolina offense returns to the field. That was a big stop by the defense now to see if they can take advantage and draw a little closer in this game as we're starting to get late. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if you can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Maybe some room here. They'll get him at the 45, but he got 10 on that one.
I know it hasn't been the type game statistically this running back was hoping to have up to this point. He's been getting shut down. Finally, he's able to break through for a big one. And sometimes, you know, it just takes one. It takes one run like that to get his confidence back, to get the offensive line's confidence back. Let's see what happens with this offense now moving forward.
We'll send the tight end in motion. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
This is a top 25 defense, guys. One of the best units in the entire country. They're so good situationally, and they understand the importance of getting leads early, making the offense predictable, having to throw in these types of situations so they can adjust accordingly, and that's what they're doing right now. Their coverage is being dictated by the scoreboard. They're going to make it really, really hard on this quarterback here in the second half to throw any completions.
On third and short, the power run here. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
And this defense has got to be jacked up. And they finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to...
Converts on fourth down. Still going. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. You talk about taking the wind out of a crowd. A fourth down conversion will do that.
Yeah, they were jacked up in here, excited. The fans get loud, rush the passer, and how about the conversion? The big fourth down conversion here in the third quarter to give yourself some life in a tight ball game.
Love the decision-making by the quarterback there on the RPO play. Defense took everything away deep down the field, so just check it down, get it to your guy in the right flat, and let him go get yards.
Wide receiver going in motion. He's got it on the run. Good throwing catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Scanning the field, it's Edwards. Rolling to the right, trying to make something happen. And that defensive penetration gave him no chance, and he is ridden out of bounds. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Might be calling a hot route. Wide receiver comes in motion. Looking to get it in. Touchdown, North Carolina! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. Timing and better execution, that is just what a quarterback and wide receiver need.
And it's timing, it's route running, right? You got to be precise. You got to know exactly what yard you're running to. The quarterback receiver on the same page. That's why you get the touchdown.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Duke offense to start the drive. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The run from the shotgun. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Blue Devils come to the line with a new set of downs. He leaves it with his back. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today rank, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Grab behind the line. It's Nicholas. Past the 45. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. And the Blue Devils have their offense in high gear. Pulls it on the option. But nowhere to go. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
I tell you what, as that ball starts to get towards the sideline when they're running these option plays, man, those outside players become more pivotal. My corners have to be able to tackle. My secondary is going to be much more involved in getting the quarterback to the ground. Nice job by the secondary, by this defense.
He'll be stopped, but not before he carries it down to the 9-yard line, and that's why you get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. Got his man. Big guy tries to barrel in, and he motors in. Touchdown, Blue Devils! That one puts them in really good shape to get back on the right track and get another W. The offense flexes its muscle a bit and widens the gap.
Take a little exhale. You know, you did your job. You got points. Now you put your defense in a position where, hey, go out and get another stop. We're in great shape, so the offense definitely taking care of their business.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. North Carolina has it back, and the Tar Heels so pleased to send the offense back out. From the gun, the running back has it. It's a fumble. Oh, and he's able to get back on top of it just in the nick of time. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. At the 40, there he goes. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. After the incomplete pass, there is a player still down, and they'll come out to check on him. Training staff out there checking on this freshman linebacker. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Could be an alley. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Was looking for a little more daylight for a big return, but he'll settle for the pick and setting his offense up at the 24. Off the RPO, complete. Quick throw, but he's not going anywhere. The defense was all over him. Not a lot of productivity on that last play. They'll try it again on second and long from the 23. Back to pass. Tight end finds a soft spot. That's That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Out of the backfield, he's open. And that won't quite be enough for the first down as he's knocked down just short of the sticks. Timeout now called by the Tar Heels. That'll be their first. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Punt is on its way. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. North Carolina's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Going for the big play. And they couldn't connect on the deep shot. Let's see if things get worse. There's a flag on the field. Which way is this going to go? This defense is trying to protect the lead. You have to make the offense work for it, and a personal foul just gives them yards. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. To the air, it's Edwards. Throws for the tight end. What a job to lay out and make the catch. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to throw it again, and why not? Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Ordinarily on 2nd and 10, you might look past, but here you just want to keep that clock moving. He'll run it again. 7-yard pickup on that one. 3rd down and 3 coming. This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, running back on the move. He's got enough for the 1st down, and then ought to put a bow on this one. The Blue Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Gives it on the option. And he stopped right there. No gain on the play. North Carolina will call its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 timeout left at their disposal. Defense a little too eager. That's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Defense really hurt itself with that penalty. Now it's 2nd and 5. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Just a gut-wrenching way to finish for this defense. A penalty eliminating all hope. And this one is going to go in the books. And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory.